Live and direct, back on Director's Cut. Special guest with us today.
What it do? It's your boy Jay, Javon, Jean, however you call. I'll respond.
Say that. Yo, so Jay, for the most part, you've been back from Atlanta to New York. How has that transition been?
It's been a blessing. Independence, some form of just peace and clarity, just to be able to find some means to work around and just work. And I think it's really good to be in the city, and it's one of them cities where make it or don't.
Yeah, real talk.
And it's a great opportunity to just get locked in and network with people, especially people in the community. Yeah, I'm big on that. So
Speaking of that, Jay, you're one of the most diligent guys that I know. You feel me? I love the focus that you have when it comes to your creative work. You know what I'm saying? And I never want to see that go wasted. You feel me? And the main reason why I say wasted is because more time is just like, as an individual, I normally can say I've been steered in the direction of lust a good portion of my life. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to women, I've been blindsided a couple of times where it's just like, rather than focus on my creative nature and building to develop with the time that I did have or do have, I took it and I kind of stagnated and focused on women. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to a lack of focus in that department, I can say that I can see with my own eyes at times where I can see you fall victim to that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just bringing this one full circle again where I'm just like, yo, when it comes to your creative nature, you're one of them ones, man. And when I say that, I don't say that to everybody because I don't ain't too par with everybody. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to it, and I'm here taking the time to bring this back full circle, because I want to drill in your head. I want you to watch this again and say, yo, this say this to me, because it's just like, yeah, it's something I see, and I see a piece of me within you. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to it, man, I want you to lock in and focus on your work, be as diligent as possible, and spend your time doing that. You know what I'm saying?
100%. I do feel that the way that I pour into people, it is very passionate, especially when it comes to relationships, especially when it comes to work, especially when it comes to family. I pour and pour until
the cup overfloweth.
Until we change the filter, because we'll keep on running. That's one of my greatest strengths, but it's also a kryptonite when you pour into an empty cup, or when you pour into a cup and it never replenish, or someone pull a cup and you still think the cup is there and you just pour. I try to look for the best, but I'm challenged by the worst. I'm challenged by the weaknesses that I have, and I try to strengthen them. I wish that the moments and the effort that I take to put into relationships is equally yoked to develop in the way that I feel I'm being supported. So I truly 100% get where you're coming from, because it definitely takes a toll, and I definitely do feel that when relationships are present and I do my best, sometimes it does get the best of me when I don't see or don't have what I expect, and sometimes I just have to drop my expectations.
That's the problem, brother. As a creative, you should never have to drop nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nothing you should never have to drop. Not even a buck when I get it, not supposed to drop. You know what I'm saying? Growth. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to like a basic gal here out here, brother, it don't make no sense other than to focus on your creativity and your progress in life. Simplest thing with man, we increase in value through our age. You know what I'm saying? We become more valuable as we grow. Women, they lose their value as they grow. And some of them might be able to retain it, but a lot of them lose it in their beauty. They lose their ability to bear kids. Within their youth, yes, everybody wants them. You know what I'm saying? But by the time you reach 40 and 50, everybody gonna want you, bro. And especially if you put the success underneath it, you're gonna be a desirable bachelor by then. Or if somebody in a tech your area,
Yeah.
It's just a matter of what time you have now. Is I feel like on a personal level is where I see men like us putting our foot down and just focusing and locking into what we need to do.
That's true.
Much attempts I had to actually start a podcast. Take a guess.
I want to say it's one of them infinity signs, because as I am and as I know you are, it's a non-stop hard work. When you put, that's one of the biggest things about us as hard workers, is that we see where we are Don't stop.
Our higher self is our greatest aspiration. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And with that being said, is why I often tell individuals within our age group that if we're lucky and do what we have to do,
It's
not what
about-
we feel like doing, but what we have to do.
That's what it's about.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
somebody that's inspired and also having that aspire to do what they see, and then when they see you in their circle, all they want is to strive for greatness.
You ever send out an invoice and a customer takes 3 business days, 4 weekends to pay your invoice after they don't get their work? Probably. And I'm telling you, them type of customer to where you do the work and then my pressure, oh no, they're not drop them down payment. I'm telling you, there's these scenarios that play out as a business entrepreneur that when you push your business out there and people, they want to work. And I'm not saying they don't want it. Them reach out to you for it. And then when it comes time to pay, they would rather pay the next man thousands of dollars, but you, it's not all money for money, man.
Serious.
You feel me?
That's so true. I think one of the biggest things about good money or true money is that there's a gap that when you reach out to clients or when clients reach out to you, there's a gap. And that gap is undeniably something that needs to be filled. And that's either through security, that's either through how it's broken down so that what they need gets done. It's how you can show up and basically have everything that you've planned and set into motion, and everything was in succession. And leading up to that moment, there's a gap. And always having to fill that gap is making sure that there's some security in that for them. Not for
them.
But here's a caveat. Here's a catch-22. With that, that's the missing factor that leads them to pay.
Business simple energy, supply and demand. You want a particular service rendered? I have a particular skill for that service to be rendered quick, efficiently, and to your liking. And when I do that, I expect my pockets to be lined with silver and gold.
Yeah, man.
And I expect you to look at the marvelous work that you got and be amazed. And the transaction to be completed, hands are shaked, invoices paid, and we're happy. But clients find the most craziest scenarios. Hey, they need a re-edit. Hey, they need this. They need the color change. And honestly, it just becomes to a point where it's just like the business model has to change.
That's a change.
You feel me? It just has to. You know what I'm saying?
What I never want to get to is to the point where they ask for a service or kind of work and then act like they don't or they've never needed it in the first place.
That's why a lot of times I have to switch my business model numerous amount of times. Adaptability is something that I am proficient in. You feel me? I remember the first time I got on an airplane, I was a little kid. I was around 7 years old. And they always say every time I go on it till this day, you have to always put the mask on you first. You know what I'm saying? You have to take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else. And that's the most important lesson that I've always tried to teach anyone. If you see me, if I try to take care of anybody, that's because I am able to take care of myself. The moment I'm not able to take care of myself, I'm not looking in anybody's direction. Tunnel vision until I could do better.
Tunnel vision.
You know what I'm saying? And that's because more time you have to stay locked in to get to whatever goal you set. You know what I'm saying? So more time I always aspire, and I love to have people around me that are driven and goal oriented, especially the creative circle. You know what I'm saying? I do not tolerate is a drone, is an NPC. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that move without an internal consciousness. You know what I'm saying? And those type of people are people that you will never see me walk road with or just par with in general, because it's just like, I need you to be able to think for yourself.
And it's up to them to recognize that this way of thinking is only going to get you so far. You know what I'm saying?
True story.
If you bring it back to the context, some of the people out here are really just muscle, no brain. And you might have that. I believe women have the capacity to be anything and everything that they want. I think women are powerful. And shout out to all of the women because it's International Women's Month.
Shout out.
One of the key things about having a woman by our side, they can quote unquote be the muscle. But you also have to understand that their muscle way of being the muscle for you is different, because not only are they going to be the muscle for you, but they're going to make sure and reassure themselves that you know how to lead.
It's not to bash them over their head, as you said. This is Women's Month. You understand?
Yeah.
But it's a matter of we are deprived so much that if we don't, we will have no value in the future. You understand? So I don't want anybody to misconstrue the understanding that I'm saying, hey, focus on yourself. To be damned with
That
women.
is important, though. Focusing on yourself is so important.
Integrity. For you when no one is watching. That's when it's most important. To show your integrity. No matter what the occasion and the circumstances is, you do the right thing no matter what. And you do it because that's who you are as a person. And I respect that type of quality.
Same.
I got into media because I learned what Snapchat was.
Mm-hmm.
Snapchat was everybody wanted to document their lives and showcase it to the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to help them do that in 4K. At the time when 1080p and 760, 740 was the standard.
Right.
First it worked. And after a while it just became redundant because people was like, I want it, but I don't want to have to pay you that much. And a lot of people think media production is a simple thing where you hold a camera. But they don't understand calculating shutter speed, making sure the aperture is right, making sure the angle is right, making sure that they're in frame at all given time, making sure stability is in frame.
Every time.
And let's even get down to the equipment costs. They don't know what this payload is like. They think that this 700 is a bargaining chip when you're shooting media with a $3,000 camera. And then don't forget about the lens and the setup that comes with it. The undervalue that this service is rendered is I'm relieved that AI came into the picture. So everybody now can be a creative. But not everybody has the knowledge to prompt properly. And that's what it boils down to. You could take a picture and say, hey, you want to be a superhero? Hey, have me fly from this point to that point. It's not going to be a sufficient prompt.
Right.
You feel me? But as creatives, we understand that you want to start off with a 30 millimeter shot of you at a particular location and you want to transition to a wide angle shot as you take off. You feel me?
True,
like the verbiage is going to be a lot different from a regular prompt, from a regular individual that has nothing to offer when it comes to creative.
Right. And just like you said, to duck on the AI thing, we were talking about this. We were like, right before we started the podcast, we were talking about how training your AI is so important.
If you don't have the proper data set to train your agent or to train whatever you're trying to do,
I gotta go watch that.
Oh, you don't know that big part?
I have it.
Oh, damn, man. It's crazy. We're going to have to bring it up. But there's a video of Will Smith eating pasta. It is the benchmark of creative video. I think that came out in 2022 or 23 when AI first got into the market and they're trying to get Will Smith to eat pasta and it just looks like a slop and it looks like Will Smith, but who is that? I'm saying and the pasta is just morphing and it looks crazy. So now we have a benchmark where Will Smith is actually eating and laughing and it looks like Will Smith doing it. So AI has came a long way, man. I'm telling you, when it comes to this media production, I love media production. But it always been a challenge because of the clients. And I don't know if I'm getting the wrong clients, but it's not just me. I'm hearing it from a wide range of creatives. And I became a savage when it comes to this media thing because the market demanded it.
I will put my all into an edit.
Your heart and your soul.
My heart and my soul. Just to make sure that there's some kind of compassion, just being able to see it and watch it and in detail understand that nobody can do it like me.
No, that's the truth, man.
And to be able to do that for everybody, but then the people who I do it for don't appreciate the edit and the work.
The value your efforts.
Or the value of the work. It tears and tarnishes and devalues a lot of what I do. But I still do it just because it represents something that I could throw in my portfolio and tell everybody else that I can do.
True that. Straight like that. So Jay, for the most part, where can individuals find you on social media if they want to get in contact with you, man? What do you spend most of your time doing? What's going on?
Y'all gonna wig out when I tell you I'm on LinkedIn.
Business first.
I'm on socials. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. You might be able to check out my website. I don't have a really lavish website like my boy here, director does, but most of my stuff is all within contacting me personally. If you reach me on LinkedIn, I'll definitely get on a one-on-one basis with you. Instagram, same process. Facebook, same process.
What's that handle? That's what they waiting on, man. They want to get in contact with you right now, Jay.
So my socials is Jean, Jean, And my middle name is Siano, Siano, and my last name is Palmer, Palmer, Jean Siano Palmer.
Say that. Anything you want to say before we cut?
Director is the man. He's honestly one of the hardworking men that I want to be in my circle. He's one of them guys that you have to have in your circle, just because of how he works and how he's so innovative with his craft. And I appreciate you for bringing me here on this podcast.
Actually, as I said, I reach out to individuals that I know have something to say and a voice that needs to be heard. You understand? So we met the individual that was waiting on the side with that brought the artist here. Mm-hmm. He puts on for the whole hood, bro. The whole hood.
Can only imagine. I'm a bear witness.
You know what I'm saying? You know? That's just one of his artists. I'm just saying, but he puts on. I'm talking when I used to put up to his crib, bro. He used to have 30 niggas deep in his crib, bro. Going on here. He used to have mobs, bro. I was like, damn. I'm talking about that man inspired me too, bro. Because it's just you wake up to money. People knocking on his door. Yo, bro, just give me a session, man. Give me a session. Here's what I got. I'll pay you the rent.
Easy.
Bro, I never seen that in my life. But he did it, and he's still doing it. You feel me? So shout out to Seco, you feel me? Like, this man put on for the hood. So for the most part, it's just like, he gave me the understanding that, yo, you gotta be selfless in this life. A lot of times, people think, oh, I wanted a podcast for myself. Yeah, I wanted a podcast because a lot of untold stories have never been told that need to be told, and people aren't willing to take the initiative, not just the effort, the initiative to tell their stories.
That's facts.
So I want to make it accessible to the point. I want it to be simple and accessible and in the highest possible quality.
That's what I'm talking about.
And that's it.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying? So with that now, it's just like, I appreciate you to be on here today and to actually put your voice out there and say a few words. So blessings on that. And for those out there, keep striving, keep innovating, and know that, yo, if you got an untold story, hey, this is a platform to tell it. Director's Talk. I'll see y'all later.